What is up, guys? Welcome back to The Function. Good to be back.
It's great to be back.
It's a nice, beautiful Sunday morning that's also gross and not that beautiful, so I guess I just lied. But
yeah, it's really a sad day. You know what? Let's get sad for a second. I was on the way here, and I saw a dead squirrel, and I'm like, damn, that's tough, you know? And I was like, well, you know, it's just a squirrel. I guess it's fine. 50 feet later, I see a dead dog, and I'm like, that is way sadder. I'm like, that's way sadder.
Like, no, I don't even give a fuck about the squirrel.
Yeah, the squirrel meant nothing to me. I was still a little bit sad, but then I was like, oh.
I still think it's crazy that Jack's dad has a standard, and he's like Jack asked his dad one time, and he was like, yeah, a deer is the biggest thing, or is where I start of swerving out of the way when I'm driving, and that's only because it could damage my car. Nothing else will damage my car enough to warrant me getting swerving out of the way.
Yeah, I swerve for frogs. You know, like I straddle them. You know, not like in a sexual way, of course. But maybe that too.
I straddle frogs in a sexual way.
Yeah, it was kind of depressing. Kind of killed my whole vibe.
I'm just glad
it's right outside your neighborhood, like right outside. Down the road.
Oh, I guess I'll be seeing this today too.
Yeah, it's on Lee.
I'm just glad to be in shorts again.
Dude.
For those who don't know the timeline of us filming this, it was like everything was like shut down because no one knows how to handle it when it freezes here.
Yeah, Louisiana is just confused about the cold.
Yeah, so that happened, and now it was 80 degrees yesterday. So
it's nice, dude. It was like I walked outside and I'm like, it breathed life into me.
I know.
I didn't realize how
I haven't worn shorts.
I've been.
I haven't worn shorts in so long.
Yeah,
I'm just so glad
it was
they're
great.
back, baby.
I love okay, I know I'm gonna not say this in like a month, but I love being outside and just the sun beating down and I get a little sweaty, you know, just a little bit sweaty.
A little. Well, that's why you're gonna regret it, is because
then
it never is like that for long.
Yeah, you're right.
It just goes from being cold to being. We get 2 weeks of spring,
and it's nice, and 2 weeks of fall, and it's really nice.
And then it's just either really cold or it's 90 plus degrees and really humid.
I like the temperature range between 65 and 79. 79 is my ideal, I think. Pretty warm, because I'd rather go swimming than be cold.
Yeah,
you know, if it was 79 during the
with
day,
a breeze,
come on now, stop.
The breeze,
sunny with a breeze. No, if it's 79 and then 50 at night somehow, that would be the perfect weather. You know,
yeah.
You could still do all the cold stuff. You know, I could drink hot chalky in 50 degrees. I could sit around a fire in 50 degrees. But then I'd have the days where I'd be I could go to a pool right now.
Yeah. Oh, I want to go to a pool so bad.
I know.
I want a pool party.
I wanted to yesterday, but I ended up working. That was actually just the plan.
Well, pools are still closed, so are a lot of the people whose apartments.
Not Lily's.
That's true. I just want to say I'm very proud of us so far, and I hope we can keep up this. But after going through these videos, holy shit, do we play with these mic stands and these mics throughout the entire episode.
Sorry. Are you just calling me out or what?
I do it too. I'm proud that I'm not, but this is me. I'm losing my mind just watching both of us whenever I'm going through and partially editing it. We're literally, we cannot sit still and not fidget with the mics.
Look, it's because when else do you get to use a mic stand? You know, all these fucking plebs watching, they're like, God damn, I wish I could have a mic stand.
I know we've talked about this, but didn't your dad do that to be alpha in a Zoom call?
No, that's Logan. Logan does that.
Oh, yeah. I thought your dad also.
No, I was gonna buy one for my dad so that
I know he would like that.
Yeah,
he would definitely like that.
No, that's where I got that. That's why I bought these, because I saw that Logan had one. I'm like, that's fucking sick. That is such a power move. Just get a mic stand, have the clearest, crispest voice. You know, Yeti Blue on your mic stand. Mm-hmm. You're in a Zoom call and you're just yeah, what's up, guys? And everyone else is
we can hear you spit.
You know?
Did you see? I know TMG covered it, so I hate that, and a lot of people covered it. Did you see the Zoom court thing?
No.
With, the
the cat thing?
Yes.
Yeah, that was so funny.
No, that's old now.
It was really cute.
I didn't know if you'd seen it or not. It was very wholesome.
Yeah, it was very wholesome. Yeah, I thought it was funny. I thought it was a joke. I'm like, this guy has to know. Then I watched it. I'm like, oh no, this guy sounds like the most boomer.
Oh, he sounded so boomer.
Yeah.
This dude, there's a dude who looks 60, the judge, and I was like, you are the youngest person in this call.
And he was like, you just turn it off. Just click the button and turn it off. That was funny.
Okay, goals. Before we forget,
goals. We're gonna do
it's
goals.
fucking March tomorrow.
Yeah,
this episode. This episode will be out on Friday.
In 3 months into the year, and we're doing our yearly goals.
Oh, I've already done mine. I just
we're
haven't talked
we're
about
talking
them.
about them.
Yeah.
You've done all your yearly goals already? That's incredible.
That would be insane.
Yeah.
Okay. I mean, I did knock some stuff off, but that was kind of just like things fell into my lap.
Yeah.
Like I said, I wanted a desktop.
Oh, yeah.
And I wanted it both. I mean, because I'm as you are experiencing with your laptop, and I'm saying that just because I used it yesterday, it's so frustrating to constantly have no space.
Yeah.
And you've tried everything to clear it out, but it's like, I need everything on here.
It's brutal. I really want to give that laptop to someone and just be like, put a new 10 terabyte hard drive in it. I don't care what the cost is. Because the laptop is fine, but 128 gigs.
That's what,
Just word to the wise. Never buy a laptop with less than 500 gigs.
I was saying less than a terabyte. At this point,
I can do 500 gigs because the Spectre has 500 gigs. And it's good enough to where it's like you can download everything you need, and if you have Steam games you want to download, you can get an external hard drive, but all the stuff you need you can have on your computer.
I think that's why I hate running games through external hard drives.
Yeah,
so
it's just slow.
So I would prefer the terabyte.
A terabyte's better for sure. Yeah.
Also,
but it's
now a terabyte is not that.
Yeah, and it's coming down for sure. But yeah, anything. I bought a 128 gig because I was just like, I needed it for app development, and I wanted to build an iOS app.
I know why you got
the
Mac.
And so I was like, I don't need that much space. I'm just running Xcode. Well, first of all, it turns out Xcode is 19 gigabytes.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah. And the other thing, the installer is 5. And so the problem, or no, that's actually not an installer. It's just the whole program. It's fucking 19 gigabytes.
Hear me out, but I feel like using the best comparison to doing shit like that is everyone complaining about all the delivery apps. It's a meme where it's DoorDash. It's I'll order this pizza that's $12 and a side that's $5,
right.
And after tax, delivery, and tip, your order is $80.
Yeah, right.
And it's just none of this adds up. How the fuck did my order go from being $20 to being $80?
Yeah,
and that's just what it is with storage. It's the installer is gonna be 3, the app's gonna be 10, and now you only have 4 gigabytes left of space.
And then you add on, they have this other section which is basically system files. But they're just these ethereal system files that I'm like, why do they exist on the hard drive? Why did you not? I don't know. How do you advertise 128 gigs when you, from the gate, from opening the box, you can only use 96 of it?
I know.
So 30 of it is just gone, and then Xcode takes up the rest, and then the actual.
How is that not how is no one not sued for not is it wrong marketing?
It's not that big of a deal, I guess.
No, but if you're buying, I mean, it'd be different if it was a smaller. It'd be different if you sell it at 128 and it's you only get 125. Come on.
I think it's not 30 gigs. It's probably
it's still
probably
10.
It's
10. It's definitely
probably
10.
10.
It is guaranteed.
At
10.
least 10. But I don't know, because it's I wouldn't sue over it. I would just sell it on eBay. That's my plan. I'm just gonna sell it on eBay, unless someone listening wants to buy.
I don't think it's not just that scenario. I'm saying it's every. Product.
That's
every
true.
hardware
But
product
as you
storage.
add storage, as the storage gets bigger, it becomes a smaller and smaller percent. So with a 256 gigabyte, it's it's 10% of 128. It'd be 5% of 256. As you get bigger, it's 2% and then 1.
Also, whenever I was shopping for this, so the fact that we were talking about pricing coming down, it's because files are just getting huge.
Yeah,
and
that's
everything.
A problem.
I saw a external hard drive at Office Depot, which first off, the fact that I went to an Office Depot, crazy.
Yeah.
20 terabytes. I was just
holy Christ.
What?
How big was it?
It was pretty big. I mean, it was one of those that sit up on your desk.
No, but I remember my mom bought one.
My parents had one, and it was 1 terabyte.
Yeah, that was my mom's was 1 terabyte, or maybe it was 2 terabytes. And this was several years ago, and it was yay big, foot tall.
It looked like a smaller router.
Yeah, it was router sized, but thicker.
Yeah,
Yeah, it's kind of.
Anyway, my goal.
So yeah, let's talk
quite
about
the
our
tangent for consumer.
So I have
tech.
a goal to buy a new hard drive.
No, I wanted to buy a computer, and I was gonna buy the parts to fix my brother's, but then I'd have to do that. But then my brother was like, "Bullshit." Anyway, it was cheaper instead
Fuck
of
you, Joe.
instead
Taking
of
your computer back.
yeah, fuck you, dude. All he had to do was like he was complaining that it wasn't working for a year, and Robert showed up, and I was like, "Yeah." He said it wouldn't turn on, and then Robert pressed the power button, and it turned on, and that's all it
Like,
took.
oh, it wasn't plugged in. Oh shit.
So yeah, it was cheaper ultimately. It was cheaper and less hassle, or it wasn't that much more expensive to buy Robert's old computer that he built, which now I'm having issues because it won't run Arkham City. I was like everyone's
Is that a new game?
no, Arkham City's not a new game.
Doesn't sound like it.
Like it came out in 2012.
What?
Yeah. I don't know what, like the game will load and then I'll load into the game and it'll immediately crash.
What's the graphics card?
It's pretty decent. I don't know what it exactly is, but I can show you.
Is it Nvidia?
I don't remember.
If it's not Nvidia, I mean, not that AMD has that many issues, but some games just don't run on AMD, or they have a bunch of problems for whatever reason. So maybe you can look into that. Okay, we don't have to talk about that. But
Yeah. Well, I haven't been in this situation in a while where it's like, I've done a bunch of stuff. I don't really feel like starting stuff. And then I was like, everyone's doing stuff tonight. So I was like, let's game. Mm-hmm. And then it just wouldn't. Because I was so excited. I was like, oh, what if I just beat this game tonight?
yeah, you should definitely download Valorant and come ball out with us, with the boys.
Yeah.
All the boys.
Yeah. I should do that.
Dude, George has got the bug. George is back.
He's got the Valley bug.
Mm-hmm. He's been playing a lot. Which is nice because every time I want to play, he's just immediately down. Mm-hmm. And he's not as good as Blake, because Blake has been really grinding, and so he's a little too good now. So I don't want to play with him. But George also, the other thing about playing with George is he brings all their boys, and a lot of them are really bad.
So it makes you look better.
It makes me look like the worst, but only by a little bit, you know? Like, just a little bit worse. I'm still, like, bottom fragging, but, you know.
But goals.
Goals.
Anyway, bought the computer. Goals for this year, though. I don't want to do it this year because that's going to take longer. But yesterday, even I updated it. Yesterday, I calculated out how much I would need for what is referred to as financial freedom, and what I'm referencing as is a term from Robert Kiyosaki and the Rich Dad family.
Rich Dad, Poor Dad.
Yeah, it's basically where you make enough passive income to cover your monthly expenses. So where it's basically you could just stop working if you like wanted to, and you don't ever have to work again. So that's kind of like in 3 years I would like to get to that number, and that's a comfortable. The only thing that's like kind of unnecessary, but I wanted it there is Elon Musk on the Joe Rogan podcast. I want a Tesla so bad. Like I $805 a month is how much my note would be on a Model 3. With
$805 a month.
Yes, for 6 years. It's a 6-year note, and then it's including the 10,000 like autonomous driving package too.
Yeah.
So
I pay more than $5 a month for lots of things, so that's not a bad deal. And I might for 8 years, probably not, or 6 years.
you pay more than $805 a month for things? Is that what you're saying?
805.
Yes.
Might be. No, I thought you were saying $5 a month, 800 times.
No.
Which, now that I think about it, doesn't make sense.
Yeah. Unfortunately, Louisiana is also not a state where you can lease a Tesla, which also sucks because I wanted to get a lease, because then I was like, what if I make a fuck ton of money and then I want to get a Model S, because the Model S Plaid Plus is like $130,000, but it's
insane.
Dude,
yeah, they fucking...
It's like, I want to say they have recorded it at 1.99, 0 to 60.
Yeah.
And also their range now is like fucking...
Yeah, it's like
five.
It was at 500 or something. It was
it's like
really, really far.
It's crazy.
Yeah, but the 1.99, that's what I was excited about.
Yeah,
I wonder how many times they had to do it over and over because they're getting like 2.01
and it just kept
2.02 2.01 and they're like, come on, you know.
Yeah,
Just
no,
do it
I mean
500
that
times.
was. Even though I also want. I wish they would just make everyone like the Model X to where it's got like the helicopter view. That's what I want. That's really my favorite feature in a Tesla is
So
the
sick.
fucking glass that goes all the way back.
Mine is the part where it drives you places.
That too.
I like that part.
I like. And did you see that they switched the steering wheels?
Yeah, dude, I do not like that. I mean, to be fair, I think it's just because I'm comfortable with the circle one. But how are you going to do this?
It's not even that. Joe made a comment where he was just like, "I like to drive and rest my
just kinda-
hand on the top, and you can't do that with these."
It's dumb.
So it's just like.
I think
He was also like, you don't need to drive. Like,
Right.
you're not going to even need to drive.
no, I get that.
At the end
but like,
of the day.
I'm trying to think of turning. You're gonna have to like be doing this, you know? Like that's dumb as fuck.
Unless it's just, well,
You can't turn all the way like that unless you
guess you're
can,
right.
which is a very different way to drive.
yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, maybe they'll have like an option for that, or maybe
think so.
it's. Here's what I invented one time in high school. It's a steering wheel that you can do that, but then it slides out so that you can have like a full steering wheel if you want it, and then you can slide it back in if you just want like the race car steering wheel.
That's pretty sick.
Yeah.
One thing that was also interesting that I didn't realize is he said they're getting to the point that airbags are so technologically advanced that you won't need seatbelts.
Whoa.
Because like he was just
'cause
like
it's,
at
like,
the
such
end
fast
of the day.
reaction time?
Well, it was at the end of the day. It's such. There's been so many advancements made, and like seatbelts, there's not much else you can do.
Right.
With that. So like he was talking about how they're in the process of like their airbags are going to be like super smart. Like they can detect. They're going to detect based off of body position and weight, like the size of a person you are, the gender and like the age, so they know they can like calculate that each airbag will deploy differently, essentially. So it's basically so you can also have like a baby in the front seat buckled in horribly, and it'll sense that, and it won't fucking crush an infant.
That's incredible. Okay, so here's one thing. With the whole ice on the roads or whatever, because it was cold, because it was a little cold. I saw something like 2 years ago that Teslas on ice are like insanely just able, to drive. Like you can just drive on, not,
It's why
comfortably.
it's the multi-motor and like
Yeah. Basically, they like turn on and off each wheel and let it, like if it detects that it's lost traction, it'll just turn the wheel off, let it regain traction, turn it back on, and all this happens like within a second.
Yeah, no, that's why they're going to fucking dominate the semi-truck, because their thing is like with all that, they're able to prevent jackknifing. So like when a trucker's on like an icy road, the back won't like fucking start going, which is probably way more than I realize of the amount of like accidents and problems that they have.
I imagine.
So,
I don't know, but I imagine.
Yeah. So I think that'll be interesting seeing that. Welcome back to the Tesla podcast.
Tesla podcast. This is all about Elon Musk and Tesla. We love him.
We do,
We
but
should put a picture of his.
we'll make Elon the we'll make a meme Elon the green screen for this. But goals.
Wait, one more thing. The picture, your move I ran picture. It's just Elon. That's the background. No. Oh man,
Blake said it's a horrible meme. For context, it was a picture of Trump, and it said "Your move, I ran," and he was just naked with a cigar, and he had a literal fucking anaconda draped over.
Speaking of anaconda, I had a dream. Yeah, it was horrifying.
Yeah, he just had like a fucking 20-foot penis.
Yeah, no warning. Just we're like, okay, thanks. I had a dream about an anaconda. I wish I could remember it a little better now. Oh well. Okay, that was a useless story. Goals.
So I broke that down. I'd like to do enough wholesale real estate deals to make $100,000 this year. We'd like to refinance our portfolio loan and like scale up. And
That's exciting. Refinancing.
I'm trying to make this sound both as interesting as possible and not get too in the weeds, because a lot of our listeners definitely do not know shit about what I'm talking about.
I'm already pretty much maxed out on what I know. Refinancing. Not sure what it sounds like. I can kind of figure it out.
So a popular way, it's a fun finance thing about how a lot of investors can make money is, so we had this portfolio loan on all of our rentals that we put on in 2014. Well, it's 2021 now, so 7 years has passed, and asset values have gone up. So all of the properties are worth more than then. Well,
Great.
You're paying at a fixed value, so it's showing our note as this. Well, we could go back to a bank, and also being that rates are lower than they were in 2014, we could potentially have a better monthly note, so cash flow will improve. But the real kicker is that we've done our estimation, and we could probably pull a little bit over $100,000 out, because we'll go get the same loan on the property. But because they're worth more, they can give us more money. So we can basically take that, pay off the old loan, and then now we have
some left over.
Yes.
I see.
And then the goal is to take that and invest it in more property. So that's how you grow.
Growth mindset.
Yes.
LinkedIn.
Jesus Christ. So I have that. I'm trying to. It's very ironic, being who, as some of you already know and might be able to guess, I'd like to try and quit porn this year. But being who a future guest very soon is going to be, that's going to be very ironic.
It's not your fault. It's business research at this point. You're researching.
It's not even for me. I mean, yeah, there's definitely some mental and emotional things that it does when you consume a lot of it. But at the end of the day, the amount of time that is wasted in that, I would like to get back. That'd be nice if I could regain some of that time in the day.
I don't know if I have any official normal person goals. I just have my business goals. Actually, I do have one. Sorry, I was assuming you had gotten to the end of the list.
I mean, I'll knock it out because I'm taking forever. Okay. But so that I'd like to quit tobacco, period. I might amend that, because if we celebrate something huge, I do like smoking cigars with the boys.
Oh yeah,
that's always fun. And it's not like I'm smoking.
Tobacco.
It's not like I'm fucking Winston Churchill smoking
cigs.
Fucking no, not even that. But just Winston Churchill smoking like 3 cigars a day or whatever. Yeah. It's like if you do. I'm just hoping it doesn't turn into like the Drake line, drinking every night because we drink to my accomplishments. Oh, yeah. I'm hoping I'm not like, I'll have a celebratory cigar only on the occasion, and then a bunch of shit happens. It's like, cool, I've had a cigar every day for the past 2 weeks.
Gotta celebrate.
I have some goals for what I'd like to offer Breach, but there's a lot of variables on that for me to even get to that point. So that one's not as high on the list. I still think I could do it, but a lot of things have to happen for that to happen.
Right.
And then I think that's really it. The rest of it is just like housekeeping stuff. I'd like to make enough money, because they're expensive as shit, to buy a membership to the UFC gym for Joe and I, so we can start training and being the Paul brothers, but MMA version. Not actually. I think it'd just be cool. I'm very tired of
fun.
Just the regular workout routine, and would like to mix it up. So I was like, martial arts is a full body workout,
and it seems like a lot of fun.
That's the thing is, and also, I mean, learn self-defense.
Right.
So I think it knocks off a lot of things that will keep me entertained for a while. So I'm interested. And also, being a Joe Rogan fan and getting way more into UFC, it's further of a reason to like it. But that's me.
Let's see. I don't know. I don't have that good of that long of a list. Mine's pretty simple. I have a couple of business ones that are Breach exclusive. But my personal ones, I guess, I want, first of all, to get back into the shape I was when I was working at Bentley, because I felt so good. I was so in shape.
You had less distractions. Didn't you just go to work and then game, and then that was it?
Yes. I would
So you had a lot of time to work out.
No, okay, so here was the thing. I want to be at the discipline level. It's not even really the health wise. It's the discipline level that I had when I was at Bentley, because I would get to work about like 7 every morning. I would work at, full 8 hours, whatever. I would go work out, and then, that was it. Like that was my whole day, and then I would do the rest of my stuff. Which was like I was like the highest level. I hated my life. I fucking hated my life. That was the problem. The work was a little miserable, not because of the company. The company was great, but the
was it the after? It was like you get home and you had no friends in New Orleans at the time.
Yes, that did suck. That was horrible. But I came home almost every day. But no, really the bad part was the projects that I was on were just brutal and written 30 years ago in C++.
Oh, I remember you telling me this.
And it's I don't really know C++ that well, so I learned it throughout the summer, which I actually got really good at it. But then I got deeper into it, and everything is just so confused. Whatever. So kind of miserable.
You'd like to learn C++? No.
So kind of miserable. But yeah, that level of discipline where I was like, just getting after it every single day. Because now I'm just like, it's fine. I think it's good to be a little bit more malleable. And I especially think if you're like a programmer, the more you sleep, the better you are. I genuinely think that.
That's a lot of things.
Yeah.
Fun fact.
That may be true. Yeah. And I think a lot of breaks is very necessary. And if you're working consistently, then you're just going to either burn out or write bad code. So, find a balance between those things. I also want to learn a lot more about. This is going to be so fucking boring. Whatever. Learn a lot more about back-end server-side stuff, like Amazon Web Services and all that kind of stuff.
They're getting an update on our lives.
Huh?
They're getting an update on our lives.
Yeah.
It might be boring, but for the true fans, and by true fans, I mean, like, if you're friends with us, you probably hear about this already. But anyway.
For people who aren't so close to us that they've heard about this, but are close enough to where they'd care.
For everyone who's like, oh, we want to be friends with Elliott and Colin so bad, the only interactions we get is through the podcast. This is for you.
Yeah. So AWS Lambda, trying to get better at that. I want to get into a new language really bad. Like I want to learn a new technology and get super fucking good at it. That's coming up so that I can be
What about
the guy.
what we talked about with Paul last week?
WebXR?
The fucking VR websites?
Oh, sorry. Maybe we shouldn't talk about that. Oh, I don't know. Yeah, I mean, no, I'm not super interested in that.
No, I mean, I just see that sounds like something that you're going to see a lot more in the future. Like I didn't know that was even a thing.
I don't mean I'm not super interested. I just mean I'm not, that's not really what I'm thinking. I'm thinking just a technology itself. Because VR you can do with a few different things. I'm thinking learn machine learning with Python so I can do sentiment analysis on Twitter really, really well. So we can be the guys that do that. Something like that.
Do you have an employee goal or
so
revenue goal for?
Two things. I want to gross 150K this year, which is pretty. It's far off, I guess, at this point.
It's a good thing though.
But yeah, but not too crazy.
Have y'all broken it down?
A little bit. I have. I said 150.
Because that's what I'm saying is it makes it easier whenever you break it down to how much you need a week, a month, and a day even.
150 is high, but it's a little over 10K a month, which we're not at. But by the end of the year, I would say it's not too horrible or too horribly high of a goal. So that would be that. So by the end of summer, I want to have 3 employees. By the end of the year, I would hope to have 6 to 10. 10 would be a very stretch. 6 is what I think.
10, you would need a new office.
Right. Yeah. First of all, a new office. But also, I think if we hit 10, it would be, we'd have to hit some random lucky ass project or something like that. Or just have some people who are working as temp workers or something.
Well, I mean, you could. I mean, that's the whole thing about being a business owner is you try and get people to do it so you can go and get new business.
Right. Yeah. So, that's kind of the employee goal. But besides that, I want to have 2 IPs, 2 of our own projects done by the end of the year. We have 1 on the way, and a bunch of ideas for other ones. So I want 2 IPs fully running, like 100%, like, out there making money. 2 IPs making money by the end of the year.
Making money or generating income?
Generating income.
Okay. Yeah. I was like, those are very two different standards.
Yeah. So that's that, and I think that's pretty much all I have like laid out. I mean, that's the only ones that I have like in my head that I want. Nothing. I don't have much more personally, I guess. But yeah.
Ooh, also I wanted to, well, I said I was going to do it by March 1st, but the weather here has been fucking gross, so I definitely have not hit the goal that I set for tomorrow. But start golfing.
Oh yeah. Wait, no, I do have another goal, and it's recent. I made it recently. I want to hit Silver 2 at least.
Oh, in Valley.
Yeah.
Didn't Blake just hit Silver 2, or was that Con?
Blake hit Gold 1, the lowest of gold.
Blake hit gold?
Yeah, Blake hit gold.
No wonder he hasn't hung out with us.
Yeah. So I'm Bronze 3, which is
holy shit. That's the disparity now between the y'all.
Yeah,
Bronze 3 and he's gold 1.
It goes iron 1, 2, 3, bronze 1, 2, 3, silver 1, 2, 3, gold 1, 2, 3, and then some more. So I am the highest of bronze. Connor is, I think, silver 2, something like that.
He's silver 2. He just hit silver 2.
And Blake is gold 1, and it's the fucking stupidest thing ever because they changed the way competitive Valorant works. So if you join a ranked game, you can't play with anyone that is further than 3 ranks away from you.
So none of y'all can play with each other.
Yeah, so I can't play with Blake anymore until I hit silver 2. So it used to be 6. So like if he was gold 3, I could still play with him if I was silver 1. But now it's like, anyway, so I'm trying to hit silver 2 so that I can at least play with the boys in a ranked game. Mm-hmm. So that's like a upcoming goal,
Yeah.
Trying to improve my fucking, try to tell some people they're dog water.
Yeah, I definitely won't be playing with y'all then. If y'all, especially if Blake's that good, I'm gonna be ass.
Whatever, dude. Got to play to get good.
I don't have time.
Got to pay the piper. Pay the pipe. Play the game.
Got to be paid in full. I learned what that meant yesterday.
Paid in full?
Yeah.
This means you get paid in full.
Well, I mean, like when people referencing it as like putting in work, like.
I'm lost.
I was still kind of confused.
Okay.
Dustin Poirier explaining it was like what made it, because he has beaten 6 different world champions.
Damn.
In the UFC.
Wow.
And he still, I don't think he has been a world champion, but he has beaten. 6.
I see. He just beats up old guys when they're retired.
Connor?
No, I know.
But
he's not retired. Damn, that was quite the fight.
I just think it's crazy that the only thing that's keeping him from the belt is if Khabib is coming back. And Noel made this comment that it was just like, wow, you're right. Not only does he look horrifying,
Who, Khabib?
He drives a Toyota and like works on a farm outside.
My Lord.
Like he doesn't do it for money. He
That's
does it
insane.
because he purely is just a horrifying person and likes to beat the shit out of people.
That is crazy.
And he's Russian, so that adds to it. But
didn't his mom just pass away or something?
his dad died, and that's
Damn.
why he said he was going to walk away from fighting. So that's kind of why
he comes
isn't
back, he's gonna murder
Dana
someone.
White is trying to get him to come back, and basically he's waiting for his mother's okay. Is essentially if his
Damn.
mother says he's good to fight again, he will fight.
Dude, he's going to come back. It's like, I don't know. I don't
Dude,
know
this
if
man
we've
is
named
just
the
like
effect
in
yet.
Russia, can hardly speak English.
Yeah.
And is probably just has like 50 million just packed away.
Have we named this the recently passed relative effect? Because we keep seeing it happen over
What?
and over. It started with who was that?
Who?
Whose grandmother passed away before the basketball?
Oh fuck! No, I know what you're talking
game.
about. Yes, no.
Pop
How
off.
people just pop off whenever they which is what the last fight Khabib did. It was like right after his dad died. I'm pretty sure he fucking just destroyed the dude.
That's what it is. We need to name the effect something that isn't
the Mandela of
no, something probably a little less
The Bambi
brutal
effect?
than like oh yeah, that'd be great. The Bambi effect.
Basically,
Yeah.
it's
recently passed relative, and you're gonna
used
pop
as
off the next
motivation
sports
to
thing.
pop off as an athlete.
Yeah, 'cause
I think
it's
it was like
this
when
one's for you.
Jordan's dad. No, I think they made him take a breather, but he still popped off. But
Yeah, so The Bambi effect. He's got the Bambi effect.
Bambi Effect. That's what we're gonna call it.
Yeah. We've seen it too many times at this point for it to not be a real thing.
Yeah.
And
it's
also,
worked every time.
Yeah. It's also like a betting thing, you know. We should just throw as much money as we can on Khabib's next fight because he's got the Bambi effect. It's
no, I think he
wild
already used the Bambi Effect though.
True. Yeah, it's probably a one-time use thing. Yeah. But we have the knowledge that the Bambi effect is, you know, now that we've named it something, we know what to look for.
Yes. Yeah, you're correct.
Which is kind of horrible, but it's like, it's not like nothing against them. It's just like hey, look, they're motivated. You know, they're uniquely motivated to, you know, bring it home for old Pop or mom or grand
Gam.
yeah, or Pappy, whatever you call them.
So answer the internet. We don't need to do one.
We are out. We're completely fresh
I got an
out.
email yesterday that it's shipped. I ordered the box 2 days ago, so don't worry, it's coming
deck
in.
3? Or just a new deck?
Oh, like you know
like
how they have the
the
whole
giant
digital?
one. Yeah,
I ordered
yeah.
I was like, fuck it. Why would I order the digital when I can just order the
Yeah.
physical box and it'll be cool for us just randomly
True.
pulling it out. So that'll be in. We'll be doing more of those.
Tight.
Also, now we can do it. I don't want to ruin it because mostly our friends listen to this podcast and it'll like take the effect out. But I mean, could be a fun drinking game.
It could be fun. Yeah, I like that. That
But-
would be fun.
Which is another reason I got it. But so
When's
there's,
it coming in?
I mean, it said it's shipped. Should be in this week.
Bring it this weekend.
I was thinking so.
Dude, I had such a stressful dream about this weekend. Little backstory. We're going to my family's camp. And
We go stupid.
yeah, and all our friends go. It's a yearly tradition at this point. I had such a stressful dream. We're all sleeping at someone's house. I can't remember who it was, but I think it was in New Orleans. So we went to their house for something, and we were going to leave from their house to the camp. We're all there. It is so hectic, and I don't know what was going on, but I don't know if it was like a party, everyone was drinking. I don't know what it was, but I could not get everyone to listen. I'm like, guys, you need to make sure you bring this. Make sure you bring this. You'll need a carpool. Blah blah blah. And no one was listening. And it's like 2 a.m. and I'm like trying to talk to everyone, and I'm like, guys, blah 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 blah. I finally finished packing my bag, and I turned around, and everyone's already left. Like everyone's on their way, and the only person that was left was I think like you and Connor or something. And Connor's like, bro, he's like, it's 5 a.m. He's like, we need to go, and I don't know what it was. I think it was just like so much stress for no reason. And I was like, it's like, bro, we can't go yet. And he's like, why? I'm like, we're not ready. Anyway, yeah,
It'll be interesting.
it will be interesting.
To say the least. Saying dreams, let me throw in. I had some pretty solid dreams this week.
Really? Some happy ones?
So the first one, I'm mad I don't remember more of it, and I should have written it more of it down. I have it written on my phone, but we're using my phone to record. But I was with. First off, the amount of dreams I've had lately with Dave Portnoy on them. I
Like
don't.
just doing stuff or like
He's just in my dream. The amount of dreams I've had that Dave Portnoy have been in.
I'm Dave Portnoy.
I've just been. He's not even. No, he's not even being. He's just being himself, but like we're doing stuff.
Yeah.
Like, it's not like he's being Dave. Like I'll explain in a minute, but like this dream, I was with Blake, Hunter, Chamath. Do you know him?
No.
Or Chamath or whatever. Chamath, I think is his name.
Is-
He's a tech like billionaire. He worked at Google and then started a VC fund and has invested in like a bunch of like
What
startup.
fund?
I don't remember the name, but the reason he's becoming like up there with like Elon Musk by like kind of being a meme on Twitter as
Okay.
like a tech business dude.
Yeah.
So like he literally tweeted he had a tweet like a few weeks ago and he was like, I'm about to fuck some shit up, and and then I think it was something involving like a stock happened.
That's
and they
hilarious.
were like, come on, what'd you do? But he was there. I don't know why. And then Elon and then Dave, and we went to Mars. Elon took us to Mars.
Wow.
And Elon was like, wait here, I'm just going to show you something. And they went off, and it was Hunter, Chamath. It was Blake and I were the only ones here.
Yeah.
And then basically a bunch of like zombie snakes and zombie people started showing up, and it basically turned to like Dead Space.
Wow.
But, like, and Blake and I were just blasting and just murdering, and then Elon was just like, yeah, I found it or whatever. And then we were just like, did you not see any of that? He's like, what? And the next thing we're like surrounded completely. He was like, oh shit, I didn't know that this is
I
happening.
didn't know there was zombies and zombie snakes.
And
Zombie snakes?
yeah, I don't know. But
Okay.
yeah, so we got out.
I have to tell you about a dream that this is the only worthwhile dream story that you're going to hear in the next.
Is it long, or do you want me to knock my other one out? Because this one's not that long.
Oh, yeah. Sorry. I thought you
The
said.
second one, the next night, Dave Portnoy was also in. It was basically like we were at a like prep boarding school, like the type where you wear blazers as your uniform. And Dave was just there. He was just in my class, but he was still like 43-year-old Dave Portnoy.
Yeah.
And we did a field trip to some like fucking, it was like a New England family's mansion, and they had like a gun company, and
Winchester.
and they just had like they had the sickest art, but like all the art was made out of like weaponry or like ammo or like shit like that. So it was
actually
like
sick.
It was so cool.
It's actually like a sick idea.
And we were just like walking around, and they just had a comically large dining room table that could like seat like 300 people. That we went there, and then like in the next room over, they just have like an NFL sized practice facility just in their house. So we ended up playing, and I was just, the end of the dream was just Dave was just like, hey, good job out there, because he threw me 5 touchdown passes.
Hey, good job, man.
But hey, he was quarterback and I was wide receiver, and he was just throwing me dimes, and we just if we were fantasy players, we probably would have like 80 combined points. Like,
I'm just imagining like the classic movie trope, just like, hey, good job, man.
But then I woke up and I was like, 2 nights in a row, Dave Portnoy has been in my dream, and some of the other dreams I've written in my dream journal, he's been into. Dave, I swear to God, I'm not weird. You're just in my dreams.
That's hilarious. No, okay, so this actually is the perfect segue, because we've had this running joke about like classic movie tropes. Me and Matthew, you know, it's going to be a good story because Matthew's here.
Yes.
So like we've been discussing creating a short film based on just classic movie tropes. But that's not the only short film that we're gonna make. So the first one is just gonna be, you know, the dumbest movie tropes, all of them in one short film. But the actual the banger that we're gonna make first was based on a dream that Matthew had, and so I gotta set the scene for you.
Has this been written down, by the way?
Huh? No. I don't
Okay.
think so.
Can you, or just explain it well?
It is
because if the function gets some more money, I'd like to ideally make this, because I think it would be hilarious.
Have I told you about this?
No.
Okay, because I've been saving it.
Yes.
I want to tell you. Okay, so I'll set the scene for you. Okay, so it's Matthew. Matthew's the main character, and he's in the passenger seat. Okay, it's an afternoon. It's rainy. You know, it's dark, but it's, you know, it's still daylight.
Yep.
He opens his eyes. He's in a car. Okay, he looks to his left, and driving the car is George. He doesn't know where he is. He doesn't know what's going on, but he knows that he probably shouldn't let George know that he's awake. He doesn't really know what's happening. So he pretends to go back to sleep. Hours pass, like many hours. He opens his eyes again. He's looking around. They're still on the road, same road, going straight the whole time, down the interstate, you know, driving 70, whatever. And they're in George's old rickety car. And so he's just like looking around, just not sure what's going on. They eventually start slowing down, and they stop on the side of the road. Okay. Camera pans. We're on George's driver's side. You see George get out, open the back door, grab some stuff, walk over. You see him walk back to the car, walk out of frame. He walks back to the car, grabs some more stuff, walks back. Okay. And so this is from Matthew's point of view. You see the camera facing the ground. It pans up, and you see George kneeling. It keeps panning up, and you see a cross and a crucifix. And hanging from the crucifix, Jesus-like, is Kermit the Frog. And then the show ends. That's the whole movie. So how do you like it?
That's amazing.
Yeah.
That's amazing.
Yeah, it's raining the whole time. It's like really dreary. There's amazing music. There's like this really low tone going on the entire time.
Question: do they want to act in this, or would we fork the money up and get an animator to do this? Because
No. This is gonna be real. Like this is gonna be
live action.
We actually found a 48-inch Kermit the Frog doll that we're gonna use.
Oh, I thought you meant like on a cross. Like it's already.
No, we're gonna put it on the cross. Yeah. I don't know how sacrilegious that would be necessarily, but yeah.
That's amazing.
So that's the plan. Make that into a short film. Submit it to some film festivals.
Oh, that's amazing. That's how our podcast's gonna blow up.
Yeah,
we're gonna film that.
So we decide that was kind of our plan. We're like, we're gonna quit Breach. What's the point of being in Breach when we can just make movies like that? So, yeah,
that's amazing.
Yeah, new business plan. Just letting y'all know if you
Breach
wanted.
Studios.
Yeah. Breach Film Studio. Anyway, I'm excited about it. We've got a lot of ideas flowing. Originally Matthew wanted it all to be first person, like from his literal point of view, and we were like, no, that's so dumb. We also, the plan is make it like eerily quiet in the beginning, like super quiet, and then the rain progressively gets louder and louder, but you're not really noticing it, and it's like a full minute of driving, like you're just watching driving for like a full minute.
So it's Once Upon a Time in Hollywood.
Maybe, I don't know.
Brad Pitt drives for maybe 30 minutes in that movie. It's just scenes of Brad Pitt driving.
That's annoying.
Yes. It's the biggest qualm I have with that movie. Everyone's like, it's so good. I'm like, you could cut 30 minutes of it out because Brad Pitt is just driving around LA.
So you're driving for a full minute and the rain is progressively getting louder. And then when George opens the door and slams it shut, all the sound goes away. It's just completely silent.
That's so good. That's so good.
Steps.
I'm glad we don't have to write it down. We can just cut this and then.
Yeah. And then, I mean, honestly, we could just take this and submit it to a film festival and they can just listen to us talking about it. And that would be more of a film because it's kind of like a fourth wall thing. Like that would be the type of shit that they love. And the fact that we're talking about this, that's
I would just need a good editor. We need a good editor and a good camera, but I think that honestly won't be that because that sounds like that's what 5-10 minute video. Like there's no way that's that
max
long.
5.
Like
max
yeah,
5.
that's not that long.
No, yeah, we could do it, but we need to make sure it's fucking perfect.
Yeah,
because who expects Kermit the Frog to be on the cross? No one.
Everyone who listens to this.
Well, sure. Yeah. So that's. Oh look, that's written on here twice.
Matthew short film.
Oh no, it's actually not. I thought I had put. Nope, never mind.
I was like,
I lied. It's Matt. So that's the short film that we're gonna do. We were looking up Kermit the Frogs, and the 48-inch one. It's like 4 feet tall, whatever. It's like $80, and we're like, yeah, we're gonna fork that up. That's worth it. No, man, it's not too bad, $80 for the greatest short film ever created.
The short film's gonna cost a little bit more than that, but.
Oh man, I'm just thinking about like Suki, Noel Miller's short film.
I still need to see that. I still haven't seen it.
It's a short film. It's like 7 minutes long. It was good.
I've seen. Did you see his second batch?
No. Of like the mini shorts.
Yeah, it was it was like a 15-minute video, but it was like 3 different ones.
Yeah,
that one was good. I like that one.
Yeah, that took him like 2 years to make. And I'm like, Jesus, how? I'm like, we could bang this out in a day.
Okay, he has a lot more thought in his, probably.
Yeah, and also he had music, he had like scoring and like actual actors and like a bunch of shit he had to go through. And so, also, never mind. That wasn't useful. It wasn't
nice.
Useful information. But yeah, you want to hear about my business idea that I thought of in high school?
Yes.
That I think is actually brilliant.
Sure.
Okay. Let me set the scene for you. We're in a car. George is next to you.
It's a film studio.
It's a film studio. No. So, this is in high school, I thought of this idea. This is a great business idea for anyone that wants to take it. You can have it. I don't feel like making it because I'm doing something else already. But I think it's a really good idea. So in high school, I thought of this idea where my computer wasn't bad, but it wasn't great. And I wanted to play what? like Battlefield 3 or something like that, or Battlefield 4 on the PC, and it was a little bit too beefy for my computer. I had a laptop, and so I was like, I wish there was a service.
I might have heard this.
Okay. So I'm like, I wish there was a service where I could rent someone else's computer and play a game through their computer, similar to like how Stadia is doing. But the way that I
Stadia's,
thought of it,
what is it?
Stadia? It's Google Stadia.
Oh, Stadia.
So yeah, Google Stadia, basically you can play games through Google servers, and it's like, super high FPS. But there's a little bit of latency because of the, it's over the internet.
Yeah. Okay.
So that's the big problem with it. So, but the way that I had envisioned it is it's a decentralized platform where me as a user, who, like maybe I have a really beefy computer and I play games, like right now I have a really good GPU, but I only play games once or twice a week. So most of that time that computer's just sitting there. So if I wanted to make a little bit of money off of my computer, I could leave it running and let people play games through my computer through like virtualization, essentially have them run the game on my computer and play it on their desktop and just stream it to it. Which I was like, that's a pretty good idea. But the big issue is you have a lot of latency because of your bandwidth. So unless your bandwidth is really, really good, like unless you have really crazy good internet, it's going to be a little bit too slow for most games. You can probably play Minecraft or like Civ because you don't need crazy high FPS. But that's evolved now into, why not just do that for crypto mining? If you just have a good beefy computer, don't mind. Why would you mine crypto by yourself? Just let other people use your computer if you need it. If they need it for crypto. Yeah. You could mine it yourself, sure, but you're, kind of just wasting power. But other people who don't mind doing that can pay you to use your computer to mine crypto.
Are you going to make that money back for keeping your computer running 24/7?
No.
And electricity?
Probably not.
That's literally been the biggest cost of that is the amount of electricity, utilities. That's been it. And the only way it's worked is like you have a warehouse running it,
with
and
fucking
then
water dumped on it every minute.
Solar panels running or keep powering the building.
Yeah, right. But there will be a time, I imagine, in the future where it would be worth it. And I'm like, set up the infrastructure now as an investment for that.
I'm glad you brought that up because this is a good segue. So shout out to Tada for sending me this. But Tada watches the show. And
this one right here?
Yes.
The Function Podcast?
Yes, the Function Podcast. Make sure to share it with everyone you know. Oh my God. Yeah, he told me about, you remember how we were talking about the Elon fund? Where it's like a fund that like immediately tracks and buys. So U Labs came out with, it's called, I think it's like.
Who's U Labs?
I don't know. It's a company
University
out there.
Lab? As in like U-Hub?
No. So I don't know if it's like a crypto that tracks an index or if it's the actual index, but it's called Ustonks. And literally what it is it tracks. It either tracks or it is an index that basically you invest in the index and the index holds the top 10 most talked about stocks on Wall Street Bets.
Oh my God.
And that's what it was. It's just what are the top 10 at, and it switches as more companies are talked about. But whatever the top 10 most talked about stocks are,
that's hilarious.
It tracks that. So I thought that was hilarious. Wait, what?
How's it doing?
I haven't seen the performance. He just sent me the article of them explaining it, but I haven't seen its performance. But I just think that's hilarious.
I want to make like the problem is I don't know how to get access to like
a brokerage
buying and
account.
selling. Yeah, right. A brokerage account with a bot.
And you might need, the other thing is if you're doing it like that, you're gonna need to be a broker. Or you're gonna need
to know one.
Or you're gonna need not even that. Like if you're, or not even that, you're going to have. Then you're gonna have to deal with like securities law because you're gonna have to be an index. Ugh. Or you're gonna be a fund because you're investing people's money.
Okay, I don't like all this.
Yeah,
but I'd like to build it for someone else. If you are a investor, broker, I don't know, who knows, whatever. If you have some legal ability to buy and sell stocks with a bot.
If you have the ability and you have the money to pay for Breach Software to build it, they'll fucking build it.
Yeah. Yeah.
Colin, it sounds like he'll even build it. Breach doesn't even have to build it. Colin will build it.
I'll build it myself because I think it'd be super fun. because I want to do some like sentiment analysis on like Twitter and like just buy
That could be your different one. You could be
that.
like, what are the top stocks talked about on Twitter,
Right,
or like
yeah,
something
that'd
like
be a
that,
good one.
or even you take like it's what is Elon Musk and Dave Portnoy, or what is Dave Portnoy? What stocks are Dave Portnoy talking about?
No, okay. What I think the move is actually by the time it gets to Twitter, it's old news. So it's gonna start like people are gonna start selling. So short all the stocks on Twitter. Bang. That's dude. Oh my God. Galaxy brain.
You're gonna have such high losses.
Short all of them.
Well, you know why? Because shorts have unlimited downside.
Oh no, not for me though. Dude, this is a brilliant strategy.
Like when you buy stocks, you can't lose more
Right.
than you spent.
Right.
But if you're shorting, you can lose up to
Right.
infinity.
Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah.
So your downside, you have unlimited downside.
Okay, I'm with you there. That's pain. But oh well. Not me. I'm built different. Maybe you forgot. I am built different. And I'll build it different. Am I right? So yeah,
hot,
so if you have
I'm
like
sweating.
crazy money and want to build something having to do with like Twitter sentiment analysis and stocks, hit me up because I think that'd be super fun.
And also speaking of Musk, did you hear about? I don't know if it's. I wasn't paying that much attention, or I didn't start paying attention to it until he was already talking about it. But the new Model S or Roadster that's like rocket powered.
Yeah.
Have you heard about this? Did we talk about
no.
this?
No.
Yeah. So I get the reason I was confused is because they talked about like you can buy a version where they take out the back seat. So I didn't think it was a Roadster because I swore the Roadsters always was and is going to be a 2-seater. So I thought it was a Model S.
Yeah.
Basically, the whole thing is they're going to take the back seats out and put like I forget what tanks in the back, and they're going to cap it to where you can hover 6 feet off the ground.
What?
Yeah, like that's what they're looking at doing.
Is this real?
I mean, they haven't done it yet, but they're looking at doing it.
Why?
Why not? That's what Elon wants to do.
No, but like hover 6 feet off the ground. Can you go forward?
Yeah. He's like literally saying that you're gonna have it to where I think you can they're only gonna make it to where you can accelerate like 30 or you only get like 30 miles of doing it. But I forget how fast it is, but he's like they're making it like in sci-fi movies to where like the license plate will flip up and a rocket booster will come out.
Holy
and
fuck.
you can and it'll that'll be the accelerant.
It's all like it's like what is it called? The rocket stabilizing little gas.
I don't know.
I only know this from Kerbal.
But
Kerbal Space Program.
that's what they're trying to do is it's just going to be they only want you to go 6 feet because they think if anything happens and you drop anything higher could cause more injuries.
Right.
But if you're only 6 feet off the ground and you drop, he's like, if you do drop, you'll fuck up the suspension, but you probably won't get injured.
right. That makes sense.
So that's that, and they only want to put a cap on how long you can use it. I think it was either a distance cap or like a time cap that at one time you could only use this amount.
Yeah.
But that was so sick that he was like talking about that. But
Yeah, that is insane. I can't find it. I can't find what it's called. But there's basically like this, like, I don't know if this is real. I got to be honest. Now I'm going to sound like a fool. I'll sound very foolish. But if it is real, in Kerbal Space Program, you have these little like gas. I imagine like a propane tank that just kind of pushes the rocket a little bit, just to stabilize it. That isn't like an actual rocket booster using rocket fuel.
yeah, no, I mean they did that in Interstellar. I mean, like
Okay.
I'm not saying that's
Yes.
real, but like I've seen that where they like
I assume
push
it is. It
a little.
seems like
it's when
it
they were
is.
trying to like dock onto the
Yeah,
main thing
right,
that they were
that.
doing it to try and like center it so it can connect and
Yeah.
lock and they
Yes.
can travel into it
like
so yes.
that. I don't
Maybe.
know if that's how that works.
Yeah, I
whatever.
don't know what they're doing. But yeah,
don't know
that
either.
was sick as fuck.
That
they're
is
doing
sick as fuck.
Let's see. Army Hammer. Don't know what you wanted to. This has been on the list for so long that I don't know if this was
You didn't
like
hear about
the
this?
news. I mean, yeah, I know he's a cannibal. I didn't know
Okay.
if that was.
Yeah, it's been on the list for a while.
Yeah,
since,
so I didn't
since
know.
that was a thing.
I didn't. I was like, it hasn't been taken off. I didn't know if it was also kind of late when it was put on, so I didn't know if.
Dude, it was like the same week. What are you talking about, bro?
Maybe I've just heard it talked about so much that like. I just was thinking that, but
Yeah, I literally I put it on there because the week that it it happened, I just had a joke where I was gonna be like, yeah, he heard about eating pussy and got really confused when he was in high school. Ha ha ha. That was it. That was all I wanted to say. I was gonna be like, he was confused when he heard about eating pussy. Oh.
That's good. Anyway, something that's interesting that I did learn about him is Occidental Petroleum, one of the largest oil companies in the U.S., was founded by his great-grandfather.
Oh, yeah. You told me about that recently.
So that was super interesting, finding that out.
It's also pretty interesting how his name is a little bit like the company Arm & Hammer. Isn't that kind of interesting?
You know why?
No.
His great-grandfather, who started the company's name, was Armand Hammer. Arm and Hammer.
Wait, his great-grandfather also started Arm & Hammer?
Nobody owned 30% of the company. He bought into because the company started like fucking like 50 years before. The company that makes Arm & Hammer started in like 1863. Like they're old as fuck.
Wow.
So it was before, even though his great grandfather like was old as shit and like died like in the 90s. That's how old he was. I mean, he still bought into it, and it was
just
funny
because his name was Arm & Hammer.
Yes.
That's hilarious.
His name is it was ARMAND Hammer.
I'm gonna find a company called like Coal in
a Bear,
and just buy 30% of it because I'm just like, that's like my name.
Well, the other thing that's even harder is his great grandfather is like Soviet, so like Arm and Hammer.
Yeah.
So like the old pre hammer and sickle, like the workers thing that was sick too.
Kind of hard.
Super interesting. 6ix9ine's back.
6ix9ine's back.
There's not much else.
Back. The Ville is,
Flow bananas here. Peel this back.
Yeah, kind of not really the same. But yeah, 6ix9ine's so back, and he's being a real dickhead. Do you see? He was just like, I bet King Von.
Yeah, he was like, King Von, hop on Instagram Live. Dude, bet he won't.
I was like, that's so fucked up. That is so fucked up.
I'm at least glad that he's like committed to being the troll. Like he is. Yeah. He is the internet troll.
No,
he's the troll king.
He is. No, I agree.
I think the next step for him to be is if he voiced. Imagine if he did a voice in the movie Trolls.
Dude.
It's just like normal character. He would never get it, but
I don't think he could get a role doing anything ever. I think the only things he can do is things he starts on his own.
You're correct. He's like, gonna be but God, it'd be so funny if it's just there's just a regular conversation in the movie, and then it just pans to him and stupid, and just starts doing.
Actually, now that I think about it, Snoop Dogg was on trial for murder, and he is doing the most commercial shit ever.
Yeah, it's like I mean, him and CeeLo Green has cleaned up his act so much.
So
CeeLo Green was in Goody Mob and like was in a very hardcore rap group out of Atlanta.
Yeah, so I don't see why 6ix9ine one day, it would take him a long time.
Here's the difference: Snoop Dogg chose to clean up his act. I don't think 6ix9ine will.
Right,
that's my thing. Especially when you've committed to covering your body with tattoos like that.
Yeah, see, that's the part that makes it difficult.
Doesn't look. Snoop Dogg wasn't like, oh yeah, let me go get rid of my entire body.
Let me make my
Like, I think you would die. I think you would get cancer before they could ever successfully remove that many tattoos.
Yeah.
Like, you would just get cancer and die. Not even get the cancer. You would die from it.
I think he just has to layer his skin with new skin. You know? Just put new skin on.
Could he just go blackface? Could, like, he do, like, the reverse Michael Jackson and then just, like,
just tattoo his entire body?
No, well, not tattoo, but, like, whatever they did where they changed the pic. What was it? Like, you know, Michael Jackson
no
bleached
idea
his
what they
skin
did.
And whatever?
I have no clue.
Yeah, what if you just did that and just darked it out?
Why don't you just cut it all off and just get someone else's skin? Just kind of like Hannibal
Buress.
Lecter.
Hannibal Buress.
Yes, not Buress. Lecter. Hannibal Lecter.
Sorry, Hannibal. I know you're named after a general, not the cannibal. He has a bit about that. It's like girls meet him. He's just like, oh, you named after the cannibal? And he's like, no, I'm named after one of the greatest generals of Carthage of all time.
It is kind of unfortunate that Hannibal was also a cannibal. You know, you have to kind of see that. You know, you got to see that one coming a little bit.
Yeah.
Wrap it up.
I mean, I got a few things I could talk about, but I mean, just want to say.
For hour 4.
Wait, what?
So we're at an hour 4.
Yeah, no, I saw that. We've gone longer.
True.
So Post Malone, I want to, even though we love him and he's still very beloved, I think he's overhated.
He is overrated.
And I just want to say that makes me...
I don't even love him that much.
I think he's the most versatile just not even artist, but like definitely one of the most versatile artists out there. And I don't think he gets enough credit for that.
I would say, I don't know. I think he gets a lot of help from production and from, I don't know. Like, he gets a lot of help. I think he's good. I think he's, I don't know.
I mean versatility in the sense that like he can do rap songs, he can do pop rap.
Yeah.
And then also I wish he would come out with just a like singer songwriter kind of just guitar album. Like I would love if he just did like, those are some of my favorite songs, like Stay.
Yeah.
Fucking Feeling Whitney. I mean, he sounds like the Lumineers in that.
Right.
Like, I'd love him to make me Circles, another kind of one.
No, I agree. I think he is overhated, and I think he's more talented than people give him credit for. But I think
just variety in genres, I don't think he gets enough credit for, and that's why he's pop, is because he wants to do so many different genres.
Yeah,
like he's done. I remember at concerts, he's done like a Nirvana. He's done Smells Like Teen Spirit, I think, at a concert before. He's done My Chemical Romance. He's just performed some
That's
of the.
Sick.
Did you see what came out on Friday? I don't know if you listened to it.
No.
He came out with, I think the song is Only Want to Be With You. It's originally by Hootie and the Blowfish.
Okay.
And he covered it, and they tweaked it a little bit because it was for the 25th anniversary of Pokemon, and there's like little Pokemon sounds in it. It sounds awesome. It's like an updated with a little 8-bit infusion, and it sounds so. But it is an amazing song, and I've been listening to it nonstop on repeat.
Did he make it for Pokemon, or did he just make it because he liked Pokemon?
No, he made it. I think he made it for.
Oh, okay.
Because I mean, the thing is like the album that's on is for like the 25th anniversary.
Okay, yeah.
Like it's like the lead single for the new Pokemon games that are coming out.
I see.
Which that's something we probably can talk about later, because that I've heard those are.
I'm excited.
Very excited for them.
People keep saying it's going to be a Pokemon Breath of the Wild, and I'm just nervous to agree with that because Breath of the Wild was so fucking good, and I don't want to be disappointed. Huh?
What is Breath of the Wild?
That's the most recent Zelda game.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, I heard that one was good.
Yeah, banger. I might buy it and just play it at the house.
Drew's played it. It's been really good.
Yeah,
so
it's just nice. It's just like wholesome, feels good.
I don't know if we talked about this briefly at our lunch, but I didn't know if you heard me say it. But David Dobrik's photo sharing app raised $20 million in a Series A round last week.
Photo sharing app?
Yes.
Like Instagram.
It's called Dispo.
Okay.
I don't know. I know you don't.
You misspelled Diplo.
No. So this is why. So I know you're not very caught up in the David Dobrik world.
I am a little bit. I saw that he said some really fucked up shit, and then nobody really cared.
Yeah, it's David Dobrik. He's kind of untouchable.
Yeah.
Unless he's got a picture of, unless he does a vlog in blackface, I think David Dobrik is untouchable.
Did you see what H3 posted?
No, because they're horrible, and I actually had to unfollow them on everything.
Yeah.
Petty Fresh is the only way I am staying up to date with them.
I still follow him, and H3 posted some shit. He's like, yo, what the fuck? Like, David Dobrik,
what did he say?
He basically, so they were doing, I don't know if it was a prank or something, but he was, I don't know. I'll show it to you later. Long story short, he was gonna be some guy named Sean or Alex or something like that. He was supposed to be like making out with a girl or something. I think it was supposed to be Corinna, and but he was blindfolded, and so they replaced Corinna with Jason, and apparently, I don't know. They said basically the way they were talking about it, they were like, "Yeah, homosexuality is like super frowned upon in his culture." So it was like really funny, and I was like, "That's so fucked up, like so fucked up." I'll show you the video, whatever.
That sounds like an old vlog. This does not sound recent.
This was like, I mean, it looked recent.
I could be wrong. I don't know.
It was super fucked up. I was like, "Holy shit." Anyway,
yeah.
Continue.
Dispo. I don't know how it'll
also,
work.
I fucking hate David Dobrik. Just want to put that out there. This guy's a real piece of shit, I think. I bet. I just think he is. I like to imagine that he is.
It's like that man, everyone is like, there has to be something different because he's so like clean.
Everyone loves him too much. That's the only
people
reason I hate
are throwing
him.
pussy at him and he is not taking it. That's the thing. They know he's not gay, but like people are throwing like hot chicks, like Madison Beer and like just Corinna.
I just like to believe that everyone likes him a little too much, and so I don't like him. I'm just kind of a hipster.
Anyway, Dispo.
Yeah, Dispo.
He started doing a thing where he just started in his vlogs taking pictures of a disposable camera. He's the one who made disposable cameras popular again.
Okay.
So he started doing that, and then he came out with an app called Dispo based on disposable. Also, another way this man has the Midas touch. This man makes so much fucking money. Like, he literally just started selling his own brand of disposable cameras and would charge like $40 for them.
Jesus.
Just because it says David Dobrik on it, David's Disposable. It was crazy. But this is a photo sharing app that you post shit, and it's kind of more like Visco, but it's like it doesn't show up on the feed for 24 hours since that's how it is in disposable cameras. It takes 24 hours to develop or whatever. So yeah, that's the whole premise. Is it's a photo sharing app that when you post it, it's not going to show up on the feed until 24 hours later. They have beat their goals like Clubhouse, and it's probably just because David Dobrik is attached to it. But
that is stupid as fuck, and so is Clubhouse. That is fucking horrible. That's the worst idea I think I've ever heard.
This makes Clubhouse.
It makes Clubhouse sound amazing. I don't know. Clubhouse, I could get behind it. I could. Because I'm just like, I think the concept of like, oh, nothing's permanent. It's the most genuine human interaction because it's not like a video. It's not like a live. It's like you're conversing. This is reverse Snapchat worse. That's horrible. And by horrible, I mean it's great.
Well,
Let
they
Breach
raised
build it.
That's the thing is I was like, how hard was it to make? Like the chain smokers started a VC fund at the end of last year.
Wow.
So the fact that the chain smokers, nothing against them except that their pop music is garbage. Go back to being DJs. Come on.
Because you're sick at that.
Yes. You've won Grammys. You've won a fuck ton of Grammys now.
Yeah.
Just go back.
Yeah.
We get it, but yeah.
You've made it.
Yes. Anyway, they're one of the people who invested in the $20 million Series A round. So it's like, okay, who? Let me see the longer list of who invested in this, because do they really know? But the other thing is, I guess it's kind of just like if you have enough power behind something, you can kind of just like create the market.
Yeah, I think we're just being angry this podcast. I think it's the angry podcast.
Welcome back to the angry
podcast. I'm so angry about things. Let's talk about more things because angry.
If we had I will say though, if we did have a producer, and somebody to set it up and run it, I would like to do this podcast live on. I think that would be fun to do it live on Clubhouse. But
yeah, well, we could just set up another phone and just. Well, no, we'd have to have someone like accepting. I don't know how Clubhouse works.
Because that's the thing is, I want to do it, and then maybe we can like bring actual people up, talk to them, and then kick them off.
Yeah, I joined Clubhouse like yesterday.
I joined it a while back, and I still have not been on it. Paul and Logan invited me to a room, and I was at a funeral, so I did not join.
I haven't even opened it, actually. It's the first time I've opened it. So, yeah.
Yeah, well, that's this. I mean, we could talk about Bruno and Andy, but we might as well talk about it next time so that we can actually
because we'll have listened to it, that's what I was thinking. I was just want to talk about the hype, but...
Also, I'm almost done making it. Just final thing is... I started making... It's something I've been needing to do, but I realized it would save me so much time if I just had it ready to go. But I'm starting to make a playlist called Music That Makes White Bitches Scream. And it's basically all of the pop bangers from the early... Wait, what?
You need the old White Bitches Club bangers?
No, because that's different.
Oh, I see.
This is like...
Oh, I see. Yeah. No, it's different. It's totally different. Yeah, you're right.
That's different.
I see. I didn't know what you meant.
Like,
now
there's some like old Pitbull and like Enrique Iglesias that's on this playlist that I wouldn't put on that.
No,
like, Roxanne fits on there, but not on here.
I see. Yes, I definitely get the difference now.
It did make a lot of white bitches scream whenever I was first making it. So yeah,
there you go.
I think it works. But anyway, anything else you want to cover? I mean, we kind of went a little long, but I had fun with this one.
I have some more stuff I want to cover, but I'll save it for next time.
Alrighty. Make sure to share this to everyone you know. Make sure to like, follow, subscribe on everything. Please support us so that we can get funding. Go support us on Anchor, 99 cents a month for you to so we can get that short film out. We know y'all would like that. Sorry, this is coming out a week late. I mean, you won't know this because
is it?
We were supposed to have an episode come out on Friday, but we couldn't record because crunch time.
Right.
But yeah. So we'll have another episode dropping today as well. Red House Socks guys. Go check them out. Go
Double
check that
ep,
episode out.
Double ep week.
Yeah. But yeah, make sure help support us. We love doing this, and we'll see you next week.
Peace.
Peace.